Assalamualaikum. In this video, we are going to continue with the measures of position, which is quartile, decile, and percentile. What is quartile? When we divide the data set into 4 equal parts, decile when we divide into 10 equal parts, and percentile when we divide the data set into 100 equal parts. Let's look at to the first example for the quartile. This is for the ungroup. And the data is even. And we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here the total number of data is 10. So when it is even, what we have to do, we have to divide the data set into 2 equal groups, which is, we call this one as a lower half after you arrange in ascending order. And this one is the upper half. And we can calculate the values of first quartile by looking at to the middle values of the first half. And for the third quartile, we will look at to the middle values of the second half. And how about the second quartile? The second quartile, which is Q2, is also known as a median, or the middle values of the data set. In this case, for the median, it's like what we have discussed before. For you to calculate median, we will look at to the middle values. In this case, we have to take the average between 53 and 55. And the interquartile range is the difference between third quartile and the first quartile. For the odd data, we have here, after you arrange the data set in the ascending order, let's say for this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our total number of data is 9. And you have to divide into 2 parts. So we have here lower half for the 4 data, and the last 4 data is for the upper half. In this case, we will get directly the values of median or the second quartile, which is 72, because we have the middle values. And then what we have to do for you to get the values of first quartile, you have to take the middle values of the lower half. In this case, since we have only 4 data, so the middle values is the average between the middle values 64 and 64. So you will get the first quartile is 64. And the middle values between the upper half is 77 and also 81. So the third quartile is 79. And the interquartile range, third quartile minus with the first quartile is 15. Let's look at to this example. A teacher collects the score of the 10 students in a maths quiz. The scores are as follows. So the first thing first here is you have to arrange the data in ascending order. So we have 10, 15, 15, 15, 20, 20, 20, 25, 25, and 30. So since the data is even number, so we can divide into 5. The first 5 data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is our lower half, and the last 5 data is the upper half. So first we can get the values of the second quartile or the values of the median. So the average between the 5th and the 6th observation. So you will get equivalent to 20. And the first quartile is the middle values of the lower half, which is 15. And the third quartile is the middle values of the upper half, which is 25. And then IQR we can get from the difference between Q3 and Q1. So you will get equivalent to 10. Now let's move on to the decile. So as I mentioned earlier, decile when we divide the data set into 10. So what we have to do to get the decile, so decile the way how you write down here, decile 1 until decile 10. First, you need to know the second quartile. Before this, I mentioned that the second quartile equals to median. In terms of decile, it is equivalent to the values of D5. Because when you divide the data set into 10 equal parts, so the middle decile is decile 5. So all these values will be equal. How to get the decile values? First, you have to find out the location, or it is known as C, which is for the decile n times with D divided by 10. 10 because we divide the data set into 10. There are 2 possible values of the C. It's either you get not whole number or you will get whole number. If you get whole number, you have to round up to the next whole number. For example, you get the C values is 1.23. So you have to round up to the next whole number. So you have to look at to the second observation. If your values of C is a whole number, let's say your C is equivalent to 4, you cannot take the values on the fourth location. What you have to do here is you have to take the average between the fourth and the fifth location. So the average between the fourth and the fifth location. Okay, before we move to the example, let's look at to the percentile. The difference here is only the formula for the location is n, number of data set times with the percentile that you want to find out divided by 100. So same like before, it's either two possible values of C, whether you get not whole number or you will get a whole number. Okay, let's look at to this example. It's taken from the previous example as well. So after you arrange your data into in ascending order, so we need to calculate D3. So for this case, for you to calculate D3, you need to find out first the location of the D3. So C is equivalent to the data set is 10 times with the decile 3 times with 3 divided by 10. So you will get equivalent to third location. 3 is not the answer, 3 is the third location. So this is the first observation, second observation, or the third observation, or the third location. Therefore, the decile 3 in this data set is equivalent to the values of 15. This is the way how you write down your answer. And then for the decile 7, same, we have to find out the location. 10 times 7 divided by 10. So you will get the 7 location, but you have to take the average of 7 and 8 location. So this is the fourth observation, fifth observation, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the 7 and the 8 location is the values of 20 and 25. Therefore, the decile 7 is equals to 20 plus 25 divided by 2. So that is the values of decile 7. So you will get decile 7 is equals to 22.5. So this is the value for the decile 7. And then we want to calculate for the percentile 35. So percentile 35, you have to find out the location, NP, so 10 times with the 35 divided by 100. So you will get here equivalent to 3.5. So we have to round up to the next whole number. So you will get equivalent to 4. So when you refer to the fourth location, this is referred to the percentile 35. So percentile 35 equivalent to data 15. So this is how you write down the final answer. Okay, you can try out this one as an exercise.